Hello, hello. This is the Kill Anthony Antoine speaking. Right here for you. First time with a video. I figure I'll give you the truth about law of attraction, thought, and gravity. It's all the one and the same once you realize it. Many people do not explain it correctly. So here we go. So as far as thought goes, the more you think of it, the more you bring that reality to you. So think of it as this way. Picture yourself holding a balloon in your hand. A balloon that's 1,000 miles long. Alright, the string's 1,000 miles long. So every time you think of a thought, you think of your goal, you think of what you want in your life, you get one pull. You see, you still got a long way to go. But it's still swinging in the wind too. It's still swinging in the wind. It's still affected by all the elements and everything. So as you picture that, every time you think of it, you're bringing that thought closer and closer to reality. Closer and closer. You could do it. You could think about it all day. You're bringing it closer and closer. You still got 1,000. You still got 999 miles to go. But some thoughts have more power than other thoughts. You see? So the more you think of it, the more you're adding in between those thoughts too. The more you pay attention to anything, the more time it takes. So remember that. So if you only pay attention to one thing, it will take longer. However, that's the only thing that you have influencing that. Now, of course, you can't just think of one thing. So you have other things that get in the way. So if you think of other things that are distracting you, and then you think of your thought, your goal, in between those distractions, you're going to see how you're putting things in between your goals. So that those distractions make it take longer. But if you focus your mind, you really concentrate on your thoughts. You know, those 1 foot tugs are going to turn into you're pulling a mile every single time. You know, and of course, you want to aim small at first when you're first trying to start out to get into the law of attraction and the gravitational pull of your thoughts. Because like I said, gravity and thought is one and the same. If you don't believe me, then picture it this way. Everything that you look at requires energy. You gravitate towards that. You see things at your peripherals, you can still describe what you see in your peripherals because that's requiring you to process that information. It's gravitating towards you. You see, so people gravitate towards you too. This is synchronicity. Sometimes you might think of somebody and then you might end up bumping into the person. You haven't seen in a while, in years, whatever the case is, even though you haven't thought of them in all this time. See, that's because that thought is gravity. That thought is magnetism. You're pulling that towards you. They're pulling that towards them too. Every time you think of something or think of a person, you're sending them a line. Picture it that way. String theory, I don't know what that is. But the point is, you're sending them a line. So, it's all one and the same. So, you got to make sure that whatever you do, keep your mind focused. You know, so just keep your eye on the prize. Pull those thoughts to you, and you realize it's a lot easier than you think. The other day, I had an experience where I was like, you know what, I'm going to prove it to somebody. So I was like, watch, you can just ask the universe for anything you want. Literally, you can ask the universe for whatever you want. If you want, somebody has something you want, first off, you can just ask them for it. You know, that's witching in a sense. You see, you get results that way. So results come in many shapes and forms through other people. People don't realize that law of attraction, the universe, God, it's all the workings of the same thing. What is that thing? You can't describe it into words. You really can't describe it into words. And once you realize that concept, that you have way more power than you ever realized, and that what you pay attention to can either help you or destroy you and ruin you. But nothing can ever ruin you all the way. You can always learn from all of your past experiences. And from there, you can actually catapult yourself further along the way than you ever been. So if you feel like you fell behind and everybody's catapulting past you and moving on and evolving and growing up and you're not, then you got to realize that you are never that lost. Once you realize this, you can take all the energy that you've been holding back, that you allowed to become dormant inside yourself, and you can use that to think of any situation, any problem. This is how thought works. This is how law of attraction works. This is how you get your answers. This is God. This is the universe. This is everything. I'm not fucking with you with this. Like, if you sit in quiet, don't stand around the TV or other individuals because they will take from you. Not necessarily are they doing it on purpose, but this is what happens. You can't think the way you think when you're by yourself when you're next to another individual. You can't think how you think by yourself, in a room by yourself, when you have another individual in the room next to you. However, you can think a lot better. So when you take that into account, you realize that every time you have any interference around you, you're being thrown off your task. Maybe not all the way, but it's influencing everything that you're trying to do, everything that you're trying to accomplish. So sit in darkness, close your eyes, meditate, deep breaths, whatever you have to do to get to what you want. Focus on that shit. Focus on that shit. Focus on that shit. I'm dead serious with you. I'm dead serious with you. If you just take 10 minutes to fool yourself into believing this is the truth, you realize that this is the truth. You see, so you can fake it to believe it. You can fake it to make it. You can do whatever you need to make this work, but it will work in the end for you. You see, I might sound like I'm lying to you. Or I don't know if I sound like I'm lying to you because I'm telling you the dead-ass truth. But the point is, you can choose to believe it or deny it. I don't understand why people choose to deny things that they haven't tried yet. Oh, look at all these reviews. People say it doesn't work. Oh, look at all these reviews. Many people say it works. So what's the conflicting view there? If I say something's wrong, you say something's right, we're halfway there, which means it's right for half of us. Which means the other half haven't tried right. You gotta try harder. I'm telling you that this is the truth. If you want something in life, you have to be it. You have to mimic that vibration. You are a magnet. How strong is your magnetism? Are you repulsing? What the fuck am I talking about, bro? Are you pushing away, or are you attracting that to you? Some people tend to have this attitude and this facade with them that see that like okay, this is my face. I can't make a happy face. Yeah, this is the way God made me. All right, well, congratulations. That's the way God's gonna keep you to make you stay. Cause your face is scaring people away. I keep a happy face on. I smile all the time. You know, smiles can make you happier. And smiles make other people happier. And makes people gravitate towards you. And makes those goals that much more likable. I mean, attainable. And many people don't realize this. A smile works off the same way a butterfly flaps its wings. You see that? It's a butterfly effect. Once you realize everything works off of this, every single thing, you smile, it radiates, it makes other people happy. You know, you think people are going to be happy to see that? No, they're not going to be happy to see that. So, and once you realize this, you can generate so much energy through a smile to another individual that they would like to gravitate towards you. And from there, your goals and all the things that you've been looking for and searching for have brought themselves that much closer to you. And sometimes that mile that you had to travel might jump 100 miles. You might be halfway there because you met the right individual just through your actions, through your facial expressions, through you being you. And once you see this, people don't see this, and they choose to live these lives that they don't have to live. If you don't like working a 9 to 5, stop working a 9 to 5 and stop being the person that you need to be. I'm sorry I gotta act like this. I mean, I've been telling myself I'm gonna make these videos for a while because I know the truth, but I just know that I gotta be something better. I'm gonna be something better. I'm gonna show people I'm something better. I mean, I've been doing better on my own, but when you have the calling to help other individuals, and you know what you say helps people's lives, and you see it in every day, you see it at work, and people come up and tell you this, and the truth is, like, you don't really even try to do it. It's just you know, when you generate that positivity truthfully, so much power in that. There's so much power in all individuals, but so much power in being positive, because that's what us as a human race truly wants. People are racist. People hate other races. People want to kill people. People want to rob, steal, and all this stuff. They want to do that, but at the end of the day, they want to be loved. They want to be safe. They might want to destroy shit too, but at the end of the day, one thing that we all can agree on is we want to be loved. We want to be cared for. We really would like everybody to get along. But that's the case. That isn't the case. So, once you realize that's the case, that trumps everything. Positivity trumps everything. We have all this shit on the planet, and we have so much opportunities to make things happen. You know, we have the power to work together and make a solution, but we choose not to. And we put up more and more borders because we're scared. And don't you realize the more you think of that shit that makes you scared, the more that shit tends to be. If a person wanted to get a message across to you, the more borders you put up, the harder it is for them to get the message across to you. So don't worry. They're going to think out a way. That's the law of attraction. You're finding something that you're scared of. That's going to come to you. Law of attraction. Law of attraction, law of attraction, law of attraction. What you are scared of, fear is so powerful because it fucks a person up. That's law of attraction. That's thought. That's gravity. That's what gravitates towards you. Planets gravitate around the sun. That's gravity. Light experiences. Okay, I don't know what I'm saying. That's what far as light, but just saying. Just saying. Pay attention. Quick lesson. Dead ass. Subscribe. If you can't subscribe, I hope you. Hopefully you like what I'm saying there. I mean, do you believe what I'm saying? What accent do I really have? Anyway, so subscribe, like the video. I'm gonna make much more. I've got a lot of shit to say. I can answer almost any question you got for me. I mean, of course, every day is a learning lesson for me. However, I want to learn here with you. Alright? So ain't nothing make me happy than even talking to people on it. It's like, I'll have shit ton of friends, man, but it's like, you know, it's... How do you help the world? And the best way to help the world is through YouTube. Deadass. It's the truth. Just saying. Peace, love. I love y'all. I love y'all. One love, one race. All races. All lives matter. But don't use that shit the wrong way. I love y'all.